What's going on YouTube? Josh here, and I am back to discuss the ATI TEAS 6 exam. Today is Tuesday, June 19th, 2018. I took the exam 1 week ago today on Tuesday, June 12th. I had recorded another video about all this information, my thoughts on the exam, what I did to prepare for it, and my score. But I felt it was a really long video, so I'm going to try and make this one shorter. So if I'm speaking really fast, I apologize. There's just a lot of information to get through, and I don't want to make the video too long. So we'll start with my background. For those of you that don't know, I have a Bachelor's of Science in Exercise and Wellness from Arizona State University. So I've already taken A&P 1 and 2. I took A&P 1 in 2008, and I took A&P 2 in 2012, so it's been a while since I've taken those courses. I took chemistry, level 1 in inorganic chemistry in 2005, my freshman year of college. So it's been a while since I've taken a chemistry course, and I have not taken a regular biology course since my freshman year of high school in 2001. So to kind of give you an idea of my science background. My math background, I started at ASU in engineering, so I've taken calculus 1, 2, 3, differential equations, numerical methods, so my math background is pretty extensive, and so we'll cover that a little bit later as well. And then obviously I've taken, English Composition 1, English Composition 2, general ed requirements there for English. So to go into my study or preparation for this exam, I did a little bit of research trying to figure out what was the best method to go about studying for this, so that I didn't waste a bunch of time. And what I found was on allnurses.com, it's a blog kind of website, an individual wrote that they had purchased the Smart Prep study package from ATI. And in this package, you get both the practice exams, practice exam A, practice exam B, which are online. You create an account and you can log in and take those exams online. And then it also comes with the study manual, the ATI TEAS study manual, which is paperback. To give you an idea of how thick it is, it's not very thick. It says it's like 300 pages, which it's not. It's 190. So not 300 pages. I believe that's what it said whenever I was reading the review on it online. And then you get what they call the Smart Prep modules, which kind of coincide with the book as far as sections in the Smart Prep online. The modules match up with sections inside the manual, the paper manual. So this individual used that. They studied, they said, pretty extensively for 2 weeks, about 8 hours a day. So pretty hardcore studying, and they ended up getting a 96 on the TEAS. They got 100 in the science section and 100 in the math section, and then obviously did pretty well in the other sections to get a 96 overall. I got a 92 overall, and I believe I have my score here. I will share with you guys. So 92 overall, I got 97.6%. Is that what that says? Yep. 97.9. 97.9% in the reading section, 100% in the math, 87% in the science, and 79% in the English language. I know, that's pretty pathetic in the English language considering it's my first language. Because of my math background, I wasn't really concerned about that. We'll talk about math first because I feel like that's the easiest section in my opinion, but that's based on my background. It's basic college algebra and some geometry. It's nothing too intense there. I cannot reveal any questions, any specifics for the questions or anything like that, but I can tell you that it's not super difficult. So I didn't study for that at all. The reading comprehension is pretty straightforward. They give you passages, just like in the practice exam, and you read it and you just answer a couple questions based on what you read. I feel like as long as you take your time, read the passage slowly, and read the question very carefully so that you know exactly what they're asking for, The answers are, it's all multiple choice, but the answers are pretty obvious, I feel like. I think I missed, based on that score, I missed one question, which I feel pretty good about. The English language is all about grammar, punctuation. Basically, you have to be able to dissect a sentence so that you know what the noun, the verb, the adverb, the adjectives, prepositional phrases, these types of things are, synonyms and antonyms. And I struggle with like prepositional phrases and stuff like that, so that was probably my downfall there, which is why I only got a 79. Now, what's nice about the English language part is it is a very small portion of the exam. It's only 28 questions, and 4 of them are not graded. 4 of them are like pre-test questions that they may use in another exam in the future. So every single section had pre-test sections. So in the reading comprehension, it's 53 questions, and only 47 of them are scored. Same for the science section. The math section was 36 questions, and only 32 of them are scored. And then, as I said, with the English, it's 28 questions, and only 24 are scored. The science section. So this, I feel like, is the hardest section on the test. And so for me, this is where I really needed to brush up. So I took the practice exam A, which I highly recommend. If you're going to get anything from the ATI TEAS website, get the practice exams, because all of the other information, or all the information that you need to study for the exams, you can find online. But the practice exams give you a very good idea of what types of questions are going to be asked and how the test is going to be administered, okay? So get those. If you get anything from ATI TEAS website, get those. The study manual is just not specific enough. It is just too vague. Each section is pretty much just 1 page or 1.5 pages. Some of them have diagrams, but in all honesty, and it has practice problems, but in all honesty, it is, I wouldn't recommend it, okay? I wouldn't recommend spending money on this. In retrospect, I wish I hadn't, but now I know, so I'm passing the information on to you guys. The Smart Prep modules online, they were okay. They came with some videos, and they also had some text to read over, and they usually corresponded with the videos, but overall, I don't know that it was very necessary. But the practice exams, aside from kind of giving you an idea of how well you'll do on the exam based on the knowledge that you currently have, it will also let you know what you need to study up on. So, for instance, like the science section, it'll tell you that you need to study up on the immune system, or you need to study up on just general anatomy and physiology, or general biology, like cell structures and stuff like that. So it gives you an idea of where you need to focus your study. So I took practice exam A. I got 88 was my overall score. Did absolutely horrible on the science section. I got like 72% on that, and I did 75% on the English, but my other 2 scores were in the high 90s, so I wasn't worried about reading and math. Science is where I really needed to brush up. I came across a YouTube channel called Crash Course, and they have playlists, or basically a crash course class on anatomy and physiology, which is approximately 46 videos, 9 to 12 minutes for each video. They have a crash course on chemistry, and that's like 47 videos, I think, and again, 9 to 12 minutes per video. And then they also have a crash course on biology, and that's 40 plus videos as well. So what I did was I did anatomy and physiology. I watched all 46 videos. I think I watched like 27 of them in one day. But that right there was enough to take my practice exam score. I took practice exam B afterwards. It took me a couple of days to get through those videos, and my score improved from 80 or 72 to 87 or 89, 89. I think it was 89. And my overall score on the practice exam improved from 88 to 96, just by doing that one crash course. And then I watched a couple of the chemistry and biology ones. I kind of cherry picked which videos I needed, or the areas that I needed to kind of strengthen. And that was it. That was all I did prior to taking the exam. I studied for about a week, and it was intensive study for that 1 week, anywhere from 4 to 8 hours a day. And I took the exam, and I finished it in under 2 hours, and I got a 92. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen for you. Everybody is different. But that was kind of my general experience with it. As far as the actual exam, like I said, it's very similar to the practice exams. There's more than enough time to answer each section because each section is timed. And I believe you have over an hour to answer, or just over an hour for reading and science. So over an hour each. And then almost an hour, I think it's like 50-something minutes for the math section. And that's because you have to do calculations. And then for the English section, you only get like 30 minutes or 24 minutes or something like that. It's much shorter, but that being said, you know, it goes really quick. And my overall philosophy or approach to testing is, if you're reading a question and you're not 100% sure on the answer, your first instinct is usually the right answer. So that's usually the way I go. I don't try to spend a lot of time sitting there and trying to break down the question and really rack my brain searching for the answer. I either know it or I don't know it. If I'm a little unsure, if I'm not 100%, then I go with my gut instinct on the answer, my first reaction, because that's usually the right answer. There's a reason that your instinct is telling you to go with that answer. So I guess it's your brain working on some kind of subconscious level. So that's my experience with the TEAS. If you have any more questions as far as you know, what are the materials I used to study, I really didn't use anything else, I don't think. But if you do have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. But I can't get into specifics. The ATI TEAS or ATI specifically has you sign something saying that you won't talk about specifics of the exam. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. And I wish all of you the best of luck on your exams if you're taking them soon. And until next time, take care.